What is up, everybody? I could say, what is up, y'all, but I just flat refuse to say y'all. I live in the South Florida, I mean Central Florida, as much as you can consider Central Florida the South, but I didn't grow up here, and I just can't bring myself to say y'all as often as I hear it. So it is like 100 degrees. Well, no, actually the sun's starting to go down. It's probably only like 90 degrees. Hot, humid, almost July 4th. I remember when I was a kid, I used to love July 4th. It was probably my favorite holiday, maybe Christmas, because when you're a little kid and Christmas rolls around, you get stuff. Sometimes, I mean, get some new toys and stuff. Christmas, birthday, get some toys every other day. It's like, yeah, you know, Thanksgiving you get to eat a lot. But 4th of July, I was a little pyromaniac, and I would save up my money for months. And the fireworks stands would open around here. The fireworks stands open like a week or two before July 4th. They would open, people would rent houses and turn them into little stores. I remember one place in particular, this is a little tiny house, tiny house, kind of like the tiny houses they show on TV now, but it was that tiny. And this little old lady converted it into a store. It had a store. It had a front door and a counter. And she would sell you fireworks. And whether they were legal or not, it didn't matter. We were little kids. And that place, and then you go across the border, into Texas where they sold the good stuff. If you could get down there, when I got old enough, way back when I was a lad. When I was a kid, you could drive legally. I had my license at 15. So me and a buddy of mine would drive to Texas, a half hour away, and you could get the good stuff there. Oh. And then we would wreak havoc up into July 4th, and then probably we would have such a stockpile, a cache, that we would make our little town in New Mexico sound like reminiscent of Beirut in the early 80s or late 80s, I can't remember. Anyway, till the police came, and then we would have to stop for the day. I still kind of like the noise, but it always would freak out my dogs. We wouldn't do a lot, we'd buy the big strings of firecrackers, and then we would unstring them and set them off one at a time. Bang, bang, bang. We thought it was cool. Now, I'm old enough to where I'm chilling out in my backyard, and I start hearing that bang, 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 bang. And it's like, I see now why it used to piss everybody off. Because when you're not partaking in the mayhem, it's annoying. And I understand that now. So, to all my former neighbors from many, many years ago, my deepest apologies for what it's worth. But yeah, my kids haven't never really been into it. You know, they don't. They'll light some fireworks off, but they honestly get tired of it before I do. Or we don't even buy that many anymore. Buy a couple of those big family pack, not big, we buy a couple of the small family pack boxes. And before we're half done, the kids are just like, yeah, done. So I'm like, well, what the hell am I going to do with this stuff? So I end up staying out in the backyard in the dark with the mosquitoes, blasting stuff, you know, rockets and fountains, and it's cool stuff, but it's like, man, I'm all by myself. I want to blow stuff up with my kids. They don't want to blow stuff up, which I don't understand. I thought every boy between the age of birth and death liked blowing stuff up. I mean, it's a guy thing, right? Am I wrong? I mean, I still like blowing stuff up. If I get an opportunity, I don't mean, you know, I'm not going to be destructive. I'm not going to hurt animals. I'm not going to destroy property. But, you know, if I can get I don't know, just something, the explosion, just the bang and the, I don't know, whatever. Maybe I really do have a problem. But yeah, we usually go down now the day before, pick out some stuff. It always seems like my youngest, whichever one is the youngest at the time, picks them all out, and then as the older boys get older, they're just like, yeah, get whatever. But I will say this. Now that I have a full-time job and, you know, granted I support the fam and all that good stuff. Excuse me, make sure I don't get killed here. But I have a little more expendable cash than I did when I was 15 or 16 years old. So what I sacrifice for in quantity, I try to make up for in quality, if you know what I mean. My fireworks shows don't last as long. I won't say show. I don't put on a show. My 4th of July extravaganza does not last nearly as long as it used to, but it's pretty cool. What's fun is, now my neighbors, they go all out. So when I'm done with mine, it takes me, you know, half hour to dispose of my ordnance. Then I go chill out on the front porch, front patio, or even sit on my driveway and watch the rockets' red glare. America. Yeah, I still like 4th of July. Except it's oppressively hot. So yeah, 4th of July is upon us. I got some family coming into town, so got to figure out what we're going to do. I have a pretty good bet that it's going to have something to do with a barbecue grill. At least one day. And beyond that, we'll have to just figure it out. Ugh, Superman.